Sandy are on a trip from Sioux City, Iowa to Denver, Colorado. Mike Warren, student pilot, is taking off on his final cross-country. First stop is Sky Ranch Airport, Denver, Colorado. Well, he's something else. Bob's destination is also Denver, Colorado. Like most student pilots, as well as the rest of us, there are some things Mike Warren won't learn just by being told.
Colorado Springs Radio, this is Cessna 2643 Lima, listening on 112.5, over.
Now that was a mistake. He's just not high enough. VHF works on the line of sight principle. The farther you are from the station, the higher you have to be. This time you'll get through. And maybe next time you'll remember.
Colorado Springs Radio, this is Cessna 2643 Lima, listening on 112.5, over.
Cessna 2643 Lima, Colorado Springs Radio, go ahead. Colorado Springs Radio, this is Cessna 2643 Lima.
Akron Radio, Bonanza 8011 Romeo, listening 122.6, over.
The station being called is always identified first, then the calling station and the listening frequency. You'll often hear the phrase, "this is," but it can be left out to cut down transmission time. At the flight service station where the call is received, it will get a prompt response.
Bonanza 8011 Romeo, this is Akron Radio. Go ahead.
To refresh your memory on correct phraseology, you should check the Airman's Information Manual, Part 1. Don't duplicate the serious mistake made by this pilot.
Cessna 42599er, contact tower on 120.3.
Sheffield Tower, this is Cessna 599er.
Cessna 599er, go ahead. Cherokee 23 Tango, go around.
A close call? You bet it was. Ralph Noble made his share of radio mistakes too, but that was long ago.
Akron Radio, Bonanza 8011 Romeo, on PFR flight plan from Sioux City, Iowa to Stapleton Field, Denver. By Akron at 2228, what's the Denver weather?
He's converted to Greenwich Mean Time. That's the way it should be done. Short and to the point. No wasted words.
Bonanza 11 Romeo, Akron Radio. Denver weather clear, visibility 60. Wind 270 degrees at 10. Akron altimeter 3006.
Bonanza 11 Romeo, roger.
With contact well established, the ground station may shorten the aircraft call sign to the type of aircraft and the last 3 characters of the number. After the ground station shortens the aircraft's call sign, the pilot can do the same. The pilot may also drop the name of the ground station. When it comes to using the radio, Bob Denker is a different sort of pilot. The best thing that can be said is that he doesn't use it very much. A pilot who doesn't use his radio places an extra burden on himself. But one who uses it badly places an extra burden on others. That, sad to say, is Bob Denker. Hold everything. Bob Denker is about to give a performance of his radio technique.
Radio. This is Mooney 9137 Victor. Over.
Mooney, 90137 Victor, Joe Radio. Request you speak directly into the mic and in a normal tone.
I'm flying in person at 7,500.
Mooney, 37 Victor, say again.
I'm flying in turbulence at 7,500. Can you help out?
Mooney, 37 Victor, what are you requesting?
Can you recommend an altitude free of this blasted turbulence?
Mooney, 37 Victor, turbulence is forecast from the surface through 8,000 and
8 transmissions to convey one simple message. Clearly, it only takes a few pilots like Bob to tie up the frequencies so thoroughly that no one else can get through. But at last, he's through. Or is he? His mic button is stuck. And so that frequency will be out of service until he discovers his boner, or flies out of the area to foul up the frequency at some other station. Ralph Noble enjoys sharing knowledge with his daughter, and he's proud that she's interested in the things he enjoys. Sandy has already started flying lessons. Building on that knowledge, the father details some pointers about communicating with a flight service station. Most vortex serve as a kind of relay point, through which you can talk to a flight service station. If you don't know or can't remember the symbols, they are explained on the front of the chart. The shadow box signifies all standard frequencies are available, and so forth. The R means the station receives on this frequency, so you should transmit on it. If you have only one receiver, for communications and navigation, you can transmit on 122.1 and receive on the vortex frequency. With a VHF transceiver, you can transmit and receive on any of the frequencies listed for flight service stations. The Nobles decide on a sightseeing trip over Boulder, Colorado. It'll mean a change in the flight plan and ETA. Sandy gets the job of filing the changes, with her father watching to be sure she'll handle it smoothly. Aware that you've got to know what you want to say, and how you're going to say it, Mr. Noble had Sandy rehearse the call. Sandy knows to check the frequency first, to be certain it's free, so she won't block out someone else's transmission.
Denver Radio, Bonanza 8011, Romeo, listening on 122.6. Over.
The listening frequency. That's a must, so the ground station can know what frequency to answer you on.
Bonanza 8011 Romeo, Denver Radio. Go ahead.
Bonanza 8011 Romeo on VFR flight plan from Sioux City to Denver, deviating to vicinity of Boulder for 30 minutes. Extend my ETA to 2330. Over.
Bonanza 11 Romeo, roger.
Approaching the Denver area, Mike Warren calls the flight service station.
Denver radio, Cessna 2643 Lima, listening Denver VOR. Over.
Cessna 2643 Lima, Denver radio. Go ahead.
Cessna 2643 Lima, 20 miles south. Request Denver approach control frequency. Over.
Now that was a mistake. Frequencies are listed on the chart.
Cessna 43 Lima, contact Denver approach control on 120.5.
Roger. Thank you. Out.
When the Nobles approach the Denver area, they'll have an easier time of it. During Mr. Noble's thorough pre-flight planning, he consulted the Airman's Information Manual, Part 3, which includes a myriad of details on airport facilities. Since Mr. Noble would be approaching from the north, the manual told him to contact approach control from 20 miles out on 119.3. That traffic information service is provided, and that he could get ATIS, the Recorded Automatic Terminal Information Service, on 110.3. ATIS is now featured at many U.S. airports to reduce transmission time on the control tower frequency.
This is Stapleton International Airport Information Echo. Sky clear, visibility 60, wind 340 degrees at 5. Temperature 68, altimeter 3006. Vector to traffic pattern, landing runway 35 and 26 right. Tower frequency for arriving aircraft 118.3. Departing runway 35, tower frequency 119.5. Runway 26 left closed. This is Stapleton International Airport Information Echo.
Denver approach control, Cessna 2643 Lima, 20 miles south, 8,500, heading 300 degrees.
Landing Sky Ranch. Request traffic information.
Frontier 586, descend to maintain 8,000. Roger. Cessna 2643 Lima, Denver approach control. Turn right, heading 350 for radar identification.
With the usual clutter of aircraft on his scope, many of them unidentified, the controller turns an aircraft to determine which one it is and establishes radar contact.
Cessna 43 Lima. Radar contact.
Cessna 2643 Lima, roger. I'm a student pilot and unfamiliar with the area.
That's being on the ball. Tell the controller if you lack experience or don't know the area, and he'll provide the extra help you may need.
Denver approach control, Bonanza 8011 Romeo. Over Boulder, 7,500. Landing Stapleton on VFR code. Have information echo.
That's what you should tell approach control on your initial call. Where you are, your altitude, your intentions, VFR beacon code if available, and the latest ATIS information received.
United 371, Denver approach control radar.
When you call in over a prominent landmark, a radio fix, or you indicate your beacon is on the VFR code, the controller can often establish immediate radar contact.
Bonanza 8011 Romeo, ident. Bonanza 11 Romeo, radar contact.
At busy airports, controllers have their hands full, especially during peak hours. That makes it essential to keep transmissions brief and to the point.
Contact Denver Tower on 118.3.
Here's what happens when a pilot transmits without listening first.
United 371, Denver approach control radar contact. Report airspeed and altitude.
Denver approach control. United 3 Denver approach control. This is Cessna 6412 X-ray, 8,500, over.
Cessna 12 X-ray, standby, please. United 371, repeat, you are blocked.
Denver approach control. United 371. 9,000.
A pilot cutting in on someone else's transmission only adds to the controller's problems.
Cessna 2643 Lima.
6 miles south of the Sky Ridge. Change to advisory, frequency approved. Radar service terminated.
Cessna 2643 Lima, 6 miles south. Contact Sky Ranch Unicom 122.8. Roger, out.
That's another thing that clogs up the airwaves. Don't repeat information back needlessly. Mr. Noble knows how it should be done.
Bonanza 11 Romeo, 5 miles northwest. Contact Denver Tower 118.3. Radar service terminated.
Bonanza 11 Romeo, changing over.
2 words, all it takes.
Cessna 390 Romeo, cleared to land runway 35, the wind 230 degrees at 5. United Trainer 838, cleared to land runway 35, the wind 340 degrees at 5.
This man is called the local controller.
Western 55, turn right at the next intersection, contact ground control on 121.9.
His job is to schedule aircraft arriving from every direction into an orderly sequence for landing,
14 Romeo, turn left.
coordinate the departures and arrivals, and give landing and takeoff clearances.
Cessna 12 Foxtrot, contact ground on 121.9. Guard 061, cleared to land, runway 26 right, wind 340 degrees at 5. Western 55, turn right at the next intersection, contact ground control 121.9.
Here's a vital point. After landing, always stay on the tower frequency until the controller tells you to switch over to ground control.
United 262, taxi south, turn right at the end, cleared to the gate. Airport 6, clear to cross. United 167, ground, clear to runway 35. November 14 Romeo, tower frequency 119.5 for departure.
The ground controller directs the movements of taxiing aircraft,
58 Alpha, wind 04.
keeping them out of each other's way, and makes sure they don't cross an active runway until it's clear.
Cherokee 15 Whiskey, contact Denver Tower on 119.5. Denver Tower, Cherokee 15 Whiskey, ready for takeoff.
Cherokee 15 Whiskey.
Taxi into position and hold. 15 Whiskey.
Taxi into position and hold. In other words, get on the mark, get set, but don't go yet. The controller is counting on getting you out before the next arrival. However, you can't be cleared until the aircraft that just landed is clear of the runway.
The second high-speed taxiway, and contact ground on 121.9.
Several planes on final, and one on the runway waiting for takeoff clearance is always a tight moment.
Stapleton Tower, this is Mooney 9137 Victor.
Bob Denker failed to contact approach control, and now he's contacting the Denver local controller on 119.5, the frequency used to issue takeoff clearances.
United Trainer 71, go around.
Northwest of the field. No, I'm heading northwest, and I have the field in sight.
I'm passing over over some gas tanks now. Looks like a storage area.
Do you have me in sight? Request instructions for maneuvering into the traffic data for landing. Over.
Careless and inconsiderate, a single pilot can disrupt an orderly flow of traffic simply by tying up a frequency.
About a mile and a half southwest of Buckley southbound. Bonanza 11 Romeo, cleared for land, runway 35.
At all FAA towers, flight service stations and centers, specialists are at your call, ready to provide information, answer questions, assist when you're in trouble or in doubt, and make your flying easier and safer. It doesn't take much on your part. Learn how to use your radio properly. And for current phraseology and procedures, refer to the latest Airman's Information Manual. Remember that you share the frequencies with every pilot in the skies.